What's going on, y'all? So listen.
Real quick, okay? Because I know y'all, and I keep on teasing and saying that I was gonna talk about it. Like I said, I was gonna do a separate video, but it ain't really much. I can do it in this. The ultimatum, queer love. Listen, if y'all didn't watch that, I'm gonna say this. You have how many couples? You had Tiffany. Now, if you ever seen the ultimatum, which was a spinoff of Love is Blind, okay? It was a spinoff of it. We saw the first season. I watched it and I was just like, this is dumb. The concept is dumb as shit, okay? And I'm going to say it again, this is dumb, all right? Because why in God's green earth would you? It's one thing to have the concept of let me go into this show, let me try to find love at first sight type of situation and go ahead and get married to him or whatever. That's one, because Ashley still would never do that, but I can see people doing that shit too, okay? But also, what's even worse and dumber than this is the fact that you are already in a relationship, and just because your partner is moving a little bit too slow about wanting marriage the way that you do, you decide to bring them onto a show, right? Where y'all, the premise is for y'all to give them an ultimatum. Either we're gonna leave here today together. At the end of this whole process, we're gonna be together, we're gonna get married, we're gonna be proposed to and engaged and all of that stuff, or we're gonna go our separate ways, okay? And in the midst of that process, you bring your partner on here and you have to break up with that partner that you've been with for multiple years, okay? And date other people, partners that are there as well. Live with that partner, this other partner, and then have to decide whether or not once you get back with your regular and your original partner, whether or not y'all gonna work it out, y'all gonna come together and y'all gonna get engaged, or y'all gonna go y'all separate ways. Bitch, why? Why would you put your relationship that's already on kind of a rocky, shaky ground because they don't want the same thing that you want, and they probably do want it, but just not the time that you want it in the same time frame that you're trying to give them? Why would you bring them on a show like this? Okay, now it was one thing for the straights to give us this stuff, and I feel like, honestly, I kind of like the first one better because it's the original version better, only because I felt like the queer love with the lesbians, you know, the only reason why I tuned in was because it was dykes. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just felt it was a little bit more tame than I thought it was going to be. I wanted to be some explosive stuff, okay? I really did. But at the same time, it was messy, but it was mature messy, but it could have been a little bit more messy. Because let me tell you something, one thing lesbians do is we do drama, okay? You got, but the original one was just, oh my God, it was just really, it was beyond messy, okay? It was a mess. Let me just tell you this, bitch. We in a relationship and you want to give me an ultimatum and you want to bring me on the show, bitch. If you feel like you need to do that, break the fuck up with me, okay? Because once you tell me that that's what you're thinking about doing, I'm breaking up with you. I'm breaking up with you. Because what you're not finna do is to play with us like that and to play with me like that and make me go ahead and... Girl, fuck that, okay? Why would you play with your shit like that? Girl, you had Tiff and Mildred, who basically made... I think they met on, like, probably Facebook dating or a dating app or whatever. I don't know, Instagram. I think it was something like that, okay? Because a lot of us meet people off of Instagram. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I don't even think they was together for, like, 2 years or so. And Mildred, I think, is older than Tiffany. Tiffany, or I should say Tiff. Tiff don't want to get married just yet. Tiff ain't really stable. Mildred been married before. She also has a son that has, I think, a disability or whatever. And, you know, the only thing that I saw out of Tiff and Mildred, they never should have been together. Never should have been together at all, because all we saw, they was the first couple that we saw fuck on the show. And this was before they even broke them up and go to the other people. Baby, they was getting it in. I said, you know what? Maybe y'all was doing it like this because y'all was fucking like porn stars or whatever. Mildred was giving it all. I said, girl, what is going on? I said, see, that's what it is. Y'all get into these relationships and we don't even need to be up in them, but the reason why we stay is because we know that sex is good as shit, okay? And that's just it. And we be like, damn, I can't stand this bitch, but this bitch sure enough know how to hit that fucking spot. I've been there. Not for me, you know what I'm saying, but them. Anyway, because you know, I'm a provider. I'm a satisfied. Like, I'm gonna keep going until you say, bitch, fucking stop. And I may or may not listen to you. That didn't sound right, but you know what I'm saying, like, I'm about to come, and I'm finna keep on going, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, okay? Ooh, don't make me sound like but y'all get it. So you got that, and then you have the couple, Ossie, and, cause they are Australian, so they call them Ossie, Aussie, and Sam, and basically, what we have with them, Ossie just don't know how to communicate. Ossie, I wish they would have went so much more deeper with Ossie because Ossie, Aussie, I'm saying her name wrong. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying their name wrong because I believe they go by them pronouns. A whole bunch of trauma, a whole bunch of childhood trauma, okay? And you saw that, you know, one episode when they actually came back together and Ossie and Sam was with a friend at a restaurant and they got into it and Ossie just left and Ossie was out there just going off. Like, Ossie had a breakdown, okay? And it was just like, this is, people don't listen to me and this is how it was when I was younger. I was always getting blamed for stuff and I didn't do this because they grew up in a strict household, you know? And we didn't delve too much deeper into that, but a lot of shit probably happened up in their household, okay? Because if you go look at the reunion, when Mildred and Tiffany was getting into it and Mildred was coming so hard at Tiffany, at one point, Ossie kind of did something like that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here like, her reaction, it just showed me that something was going on and they should have just, I want them to go deeper because Ossie didn't need no damn ultimatum. That bitch, they needed a goddamn therapist. Everybody on here needed to go to therapy because every time Ossie would get confronted with something, Ossie got the fuck up and left. It is a running trend on TikTok about how Ossie just got up and left. Every time they get into trying to communicate and get down to an issue be presented, Ossie don't want to communicate and try to figure that out. Ossie just go ahead and leave, okay? Now, Tiff get paired with Sam. Ossie gets paired with Mildred. And Ossie did the same thing. Mildred can be a little bit overbearing, a little bit much. She knows exactly what she wants and she do a lot. But at the same time, that shit would have pissed me off with Ossie not, you know, just doing the simple stuff and not actually talking. And at one point, Ossie ended their little experiment a week early and left the bitch up in the apartment. I said, damn, Ossie. And then Tiff and Sam get into it on their first night of living together. Their first night of living together, baby. Tiff and Sam got into it over the damn dog. Tiff loved that dog more than she loved anybody in this world. And Tiff was like, basically, you gonna have to respect the dog. Because Sam didn't want that dog in a room with them. Like, when they going to bed, bitch, I don't want that dog on the bed and all that stuff. And then later in the episode, in the final episode, not the final episode, but when they get back to the original partners, Tiff and Mildred was in there fucking and the dog was just sitting. It was a big dog too. The dog is sitting on the end of on the bed, right? And they fucking, and the bed is rocking like this and the dog, that's all you see this. The dog is just like, I said, get that bitch up off that goddamn bed while we doing that. I said, that's a big bitch too. That dog was just chilling like, whoa, I do this every time. It soothes me. I said, what is happening? Then you get Mal and Yoli, okay? You get Mal and Yoli, and then you get Vanessa and Xander, okay? Mal, Yoli, Vanessa and Xander, and Lexi and Ray. Mal and Yoli are around the same age. Yoli is the one that put out the ultimatum. She wants to get married. Mal does not want to get married right now because of the fact that she wants to be more stabilized, okay? She wants her finances to be all in a row. She wants to be able to take care of things. And I understood exactly where she was coming from. Also, I just don't think that she wanted to get married to Yoli because she know how Yoli is. I think they've been together for 3 years. And, you know, when they did the separation, Yoli went to Xander, okay? And that whole, oh my goodness, Xander and freaking Vanessa used to date men. And then she started dating Xander. They went to school together at one point, I believe, high school or whatever. They wound up getting together. I think they've been together for like 4 years or whatever. And Xander is the one that wants to get married, okay? Vanessa don't need to be in a relationship with nobody. That's what I figured out this whole time. Vanessa don't need to be in a relationship with anybody. When I first started looking at it, I said, why is she here? Everybody and their mama was asking on the cast, why is she here? Okay? She wound up going on a date with Lexi. All right. And Lexi was feeling her for a second, but Lexi started to see right through that bitch, okay? And realized that Vanessa is just here to get some, you know, an acting gig or to get a little bit of attention. She was too fucking much. That bitch was borderline a sociopath, okay? Like, I just didn't get if that really was her personality or if she was just putting on. And she was messy as hell. Like, Vanessa was the one that was bringing the mess. Couldn't stand her ass, but she brought the mess to the show, okay? And then towards, like, the end when they came back together, when Vanessa and Xander came back together, I realized that, you know, I see exactly why Xander with Vanessa, because y'all act the same way. You are not going to call that lady out. And every time somebody brought up something negative about her or what she was doing, Xander would basically defend her actions. And I'm sitting here like, you cannot be serious and just be like, you think this is cool or whatever. You really think this is cool? No, this is not cool, okay? Lexi and Ray. Lexi is 24 years old, want to get married already. Girl, give it some time, baby, okay? She was the youngest one on the cast, you know, and Ray just didn't know, and this was a film couple, you know, 2 films together. She didn't know if she really wanted to get married with that. Like, I don't think that none of these people want to get married to each other. The ones that don't want the ultimatum, they do not want to get married. That's just what it is, and this was not going to change their ideas, okay? Their feelings about it. Lexi called Vanessa card, and I was just here for it. She was like, bitch, you are fake as shit. Okay? But see, Lexi, this is where you went wrong, because just about everybody saw right through Vanessa and shared the same sentiments as you did about Vanessa, but you spent your whole time, practically every time we saw you on screen when you was with Mal, because Lexi and Mal chose each other, right? You spent your whole time worried about the fact that Ray was with Vanessa. You gave that whole speech so that Ray wouldn't choose Vanessa, but Ray still wound up choosing Vanessa, okay? Granted, we get that you don't like the bitch. You think that she fake as hell, because we feel the same way. But you spent too much time talking about Vanessa and worrying about Vanessa and all this stuff and Ray, and not realizing that, baby, this is what the thing is supposed to be. This is the process. You have no control over it at this point. And you probably was regretting it because you put y'all in this situation. You the one that told her to come on and be on this show and let's do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's on you, mama. And when you found out that not Lexi, but Ray got finger fucked by Vanessa, and you was all up in your feelings and you was hurt, I don't understand why you was hurt. I don't understand why you was hurt, because technically speaking, y'all was broken up. Technically speaking, I'm pretty sure you saw season 1 and you knew that this probably would happen. If I'm with my next mate, bitch, we fucking. I don't give a fuck. You should have expected it, okay? And the same thing, Yoli was with Xander, and that bitch fell right in love with that lady. And Mal has said, Yoli is the type that'll fall in love real quick. Okay? She'll fall in love real quick. Yoli and Xander was being typical lesbians. Them bitches fell in love right then and there, okay? Vanessa thought that Yoli was asexual. Not Yoli, but Xander wouldn't go with nobody else but her. And when she found out that they had that connection, oh, bitch. The biggest connection other than the whole show was Yoli and Xander, okay? And let me just tell you this. Vanessa started off as my villain because Vanessa was telling everybody shit that was going on. At one point when they came back as a couple, the original couples, and they did like this little mixer, they met up at the restaurant. Vanessa gonna tell Mal that Xander and Yoli was still in communication with each other, like they DMing each other and all this stuff or whatever, sending pictures and shit, making it seem like it was explicit stuff, whatever that they was doing, and it really wasn't. And Mal like, well, bitch, why you telling me that? Mal was making me mad too because Mal was a little bit too goddamn calm for all of the shit and too understanding of Yoli and her feelings. Like, Yoli literally said she was in love with two people. She was in love with Mal and she fell in love with Xander right then and there. And she didn't know what's going on. And Mal didn't get really that much pissed off for me, okay? They was at that restaurant. Yoli and Xander, they over there kikiing with each other, talking about how they miss each other, how they love each other, they in love with each other. Meanwhile, Mal over here, Vanessa over here, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? And I said, man, you see this shit and you ain't gonna cuss this bitch out. Baby, mind you, the ones that was actually truly fucking up in this thing was Yoli and Xander. Bitch, they done fucked multiple times on this show. I said, wow. It didn't take long for them to go ahead and fuck off on their ex, okay? But then when it came to the decision time, Tiff and Mildred decided to stay together, get together. Everybody decided to stay together, propose or whatever, except for Vanessa and Xander. Xander finally saw the light and said, no, girl, I don't want to fuck with you, okay? We can't do this, all right? And that's mostly because she was still feeling Yoli. Yoli had said yes to Mal. But see, Yoli was having second thoughts, and Yoli was just going through the motions, and she even went over there to talk to Xander after the ultimatum decision was made. And Miss Girl was just, I mean, so much emotions. I said, bitch, why don't you just tell Mal, my bad, I don't want you, I want Xander, okay? That's just what it is. Because if we got to go through all these feelings and shit like that, Xander was standing there with egg on the face or whatever because Xander thought Xander was going to get chose and that just ain't happened or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, this is a mess. And at this point, when the reunion came up, the reunion was kind of dry. I ain't even going to lie. The reunion was kind of dry. We didn't get that deep into Ossie's situation with Sam, but Ossie and Sam still together. Ossie and Sam still together. Ossie and her family don't really know, at least her parents don't really know. Their parents don't really know that they're, you know, okay, that they are dating a woman. You know what I'm saying? And don't even know nothing, never met her or anything. And I said, what the fuck? And I said, Sam, you gonna stay with this motherfucker? No shade to Ossie, but Ossie got a lot. Out of everybody there, Ossie needs deep therapy, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, Sam, you really finna put up with this? I am not finna be with somebody and they people and want to get married to them and they people ain't never met me or don't even know nothing about me. No, that is a no-go. Mal and Yoli, they said yes to each other and they broke up a couple of weeks later. Okay, they broke up a couple of weeks later, and it pissed me off because Vanessa was the villain to me during the season, but Yoli became the villain during the episode, the reunion, because Yoli was sitting there trying to act like, okay, Yoli was sitting there trying to act like, ain't nothing going on, or Mal didn't have a reason to feel the way that she was feeling, or trying to put a lot of the stuff on Mal, trying to be like, you know, you the one that broke up with me or whatever. You was all, no, Yoli, bitch, you was checked the fuck out once you got with Xander, okay? You ain't want to be with Mal no more. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, what? And then kind of find out they was in constant communication. Xander and Yoli was still in communication, okay? They was planning trips to go to Mexico with each other and everything. And I'm sitting here like, what? And you trying to make Mal seem like she the one that is the bad guy in this? Yoli, you was the bad guy. And Mal has finally seen the episode when Xander and Yoli was just sitting there at the restaurant talking when they shouldn't have been. Talking about how much they love each other and all this stuff. Woo, woo. Girl, I said, Yoli, just shut it up, okay? Because you was the worst at this point. Vanessa even came in and changed herself. Vanessa wasn't the hyper person that she was. I don't know if this another character or whatever. She apologized and fuck, it seemed genuine. I don't know. And if it ain't, she's a good ass actress, okay? I said, what the hell is going on? My sister's on their way over. Okay, but anyway, she said my sister almost put diesel in her car. Oh my goodness. Anyway, moving on from that, you got that going on. Xander and Vanessa don't really talk or whatever. Vanessa know that she fucked up, and it is what it is. Tiff and Mildred, bitch, baby, I feel as though Mildred's sole purpose was to come on this reunion show and to put Tiff on blast and to humiliate the fuck out of her. And if that was her purpose, bitch, she did that shit. She broke that bitch down and that bitch left, okay? She left crying. And I said, damn, Mildred, that was kind of foul, but you know, when shit builds up and you just want people to know, basically she called Tiff a broke bum. They started talking about finances. They started talking about Tiff and the dog or whatever. The dog had to get surgery or some shit like that. And she wound up telling Mildred's people whatever. Mind you, Mildred and her when he was together at that time. That's when we found out that they're no longer together, bitch. She said Tiff didn't connect with her son. And I said, well, that's a big red flag right there. I mean, we can't be together if you can't connect with my kids or whatever. If we got kids, okay? If my kids, I don't trust that. You know what I'm saying? If you got an issue, that's just what it is. Baby, it was financial stuff. It was the kid stuff. It was Tiff was fucking other bitches in the house or whatever. Girl, Tiff coming at Mildred. And what was so sad about the whole situation, I believe both of them. Everything Tiff was saying about Mildred, I believe that shit. And everything Mildred was saying about Tiff, I believe that shit too. Bitch, it came to a point where Tiff just started. She said, I don't even want to. Ooh. And she just got the fuck up. And that bitch was backstage crying and left. Okay. I said, this is a mess. And then Lexi and Ray, they were still together. But then once they got, when the reunion went off, the writing came up that said, they broke up 2 weeks after the reunion or a week after the reunion. I said, child, and what was so crazy about it, all of a sudden, before the recent episodes came on, all of them people, I seen Lexi on my timeline, my For You page on TikTok, Ray on my For You page on TikTok, and I could have figured out that Ray and Lexi had broke up because all of Ray's TikToks lately have been about making a dumb decision to go on the show and to fuck up her relationship, you know what I'm saying, and wanting to not be known anymore, you know what I'm saying. And so I just figured, oh, they're definitely not together. Mal was on my TikTok, and I was like, don't know, she's not with Yoli. Never saw Yoli on the TikToks that was popping up on mine. So I went on ahead and followed her, and she seemed so much more happier. Okay, then Yoli had a TikTok, and she was in there with another stud. I think she a basketball player or something like that. I said, bitch. And this was before the reunion came out. I said, now, Yoli, you like the niggas, huh? Yoli said, fuck that bitch. I said, I guess. Anyway, that was the Ultimatum Queer Love. It was cute. It was cute. They can't do this for the gays. They can't do this for the gays, okay? They cannot do a gay version because, bitch, them motherfuckers, I hate to say this, but they gonna be fucking right off the back. I feel like everybody gonna be fucking. I hate that gay men get that reputation that all they do is fuck, but some of y'all do. It is, and us lesbians the same way. You saw how quickly Yoli and Xander got together, bitch. Get the fuck. Anyway, I might just break this up. Okay, I'm gonna break this up. I'm gonna put this in 2 seconds. I was about to end the video anyway, so I'm gonna put this second half in there. And I just hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, okay? Peace.